My name is Duddy, Settle Builds and Stuff. Today's video is going to be about getting some absolutely massive damage increase on Vex Mythoclast. Not only Vex Mythoclast, any weapon, but Vex Mythoclast with this two-piece combo on two different gear sets makes Vex hit for 113% extra damage. It's absolutely crazy, guys. We are going to be looking at the two-piece Iron Battalion gear set. Also stacking it with the two-piece promised gear set from the Salvation's Edge raid, and we'll also be pairing it up with the Foetracer exotic. This will give you a 25% damage increase. The two gear sets, one gives you 12.5% damage increase, the other one gives you 7% damage increase, and Foetracer stacked on top. Just for testing purposes, we'll start off with a non-exotic weapon with no perks on there, damage perks. We're going to run the Ahab Chard. This has just got Burning Ambition and Heal Clip. So, you'll see I'm hitting for 16. I've got nothing going on, so remember that number, 16 damage. Now we're going to add the two-piece Iron Battalion set. It increases handling and reload speed for primary ammo weapons, and then primary ammo weapons gain an increased damage against non-boss combatant based on your weapon stat. It's about 12.5% damage increase, but it doesn't work on bosses, but mages, champs, everything like that, it works. So now I've put that on, you're going to see it go up to 18. So 16 to 18, that is a 12.5% damage increase, so not bad for two-piece. Now we're going to add on the two-piece gear set from Salvation's Edge. Defeating a powerful combatant generates stable resonance, which grants damage resistance and increased weapon damage. It gives you 7% damage increase for about 12-13 seconds when you kill a challenging combatant, and it gives you 25% DR. So we're going to get an additional 7% on top of the Iron Battalion. So 18, this is just the Iron Battalion gear set, and I'm going to get a kill. You're going to see that stable resonance proccing, and that's going to go up to 19 now. That is just short of a 19% damage increase. Two-piece Iron Banner, two-piece Salvation's Edge gear set. That is pretty solid, 19% damage increase. Now, if we add on the Foetracer exotic helmet, damaging a powerful combatant or a guardian with an ability temporarily increases weapon damage of the same type. Defeating that marked target will also create an elemental pickup. So basically, in short, if you hit something with your solar knife, your solar grenade, or your gunpowder gamble, or even your super, it will proc that 25% solar weapon damage. You just got to match the weapon up with your ability. So you're going to get a 25% damage increase just by hitting something with your knife or grenade or an ability. And you're going to get an additional 25%. So that's absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to get the extra 25% from Foetracer, 12.5% from Iron Banner, and also we get the extra 7% whenever you kill a combatant, and 25% DR for 13 seconds. That's like absolutely nuts. And we've got permanent seasonal artifact perks now via the Queen's Foil Sensor. You can easily get Radiant with Fever and Chill. There's another 20% damage increase. Easily, just getting a few crits. Kindle and Trigger, so you're going to be able to put Scorch on targets as well if you're not running Burning Ambition weapons. And then Rays of Precision. While you're Radiant, you're going to cause ignitions with Precision Final Blows. So, like, without trying to box your head in, we've got Radiant going on, the gear set bonuses going on, and Foetracer. The damage increase is absolutely bloody ridiculous. It goes up to 28. We started off at 16 with everything else going on that you've seen. We are going to 28. That is a 75% damage increase, and it's not even hard to do. You're going to be aiming your weapon anyway. You're going to be getting kills. So, just, yeah, absolutely crazy. Now, one of the standout weapons this season is Vex Mythoclast. This thing is absolutely brutal. So let's add this to the mix. So this weapon fires singular bolts. It basically got reworked. It's got an enhanced version of rewind rounds. It's also got temporal unlimited on there. When you get kills, you're going to build up to like a linear fusion mode, which you can switch to, and that causes ignitions when you get a kill now as well. So it goes to a linear fusion rifle mode, which already hits like an absolute steam train anyway. And the Vex Mythoclast catalysts says, While in full auto mode, final blows or rapid hits with this weapon grant bonus damage, accuracy and stability. Now the bonus damage is just 3 damage, it's an extra 10% just for staying on target. So I'm going to do everything you've seen with the Ahab char, start with 60 on the Vex, nothing going on at all, so 60 damage, and then I'm going to add my seasonal artifact perk in there, my gear sets, etc, and Foetracer, and then just look what starts to happen to this beautiful exotic weapon. It starts going up, ramping up, and you're going to finish on about 128 damage. That is 113% damage increase, guys. How nutty is that? Foetracer, 2-piece Iron Battalion, 2-piece Salvation's Edge Gear, and the Vex Mythoclast going. It's just nuts. Now, the stable resonance that you get from the 2-piece Salvation's Edge Gear isn't like massively important. It's an extra 7%, and don't forget, you don't have to get a kill with the Vex. You can run something like Mint Metrograde or Heavy Weapon to get that kill, and you'll still get that 12 seconds. And you get a bit of an additional damage resistance as well. Other options, you can go Prismatic, Foetracer Cytorachne, something like that. Foetracer Verity, something like that. That could be cool. But once you've sort of got everything going on, Vex starts to feel like a special stroke heavy weapon at times, especially when you get into that linear fusion rifle mode. Very easy to proc all the seasonal artifact perks, Radiant, etc, Fever and Chill, Scorching. It just all works, guys. Like, do not sleep on a couple of these gear set combos. Incredibly good. There is some other options as well, things like the Spire of the Watcher gear set as well. You could probably pair up with the Iron Banner. But personally, for me, I like the 25% damage reduction as well as the extra 7% damage. So it just works, guys. Really nice, like I said. These are minus 30 enemies. I was going to run some conquests, but most of the stuff in there, like minus 25s and minus 20s. These are minus 30s. I've also got a couple of clips on some mages and stuff like that in the current Vanguard. But that pretty much wraps up the video. Just take a look at some of these sort of shanks. They get sort of destroyed once you've got a few things going on. That stable resonance. These sort of enemies, there's a couple of Banes up here as well. Some health Banes, which are quite tanky to kill as well. So you can just see, look at that Dustfield shank there without much going on. It's taking a bit of damage. Hit him with a Foetracer and then just watch the difference. What happens? Bosch just gets absolutely destroyed. And then there's another Bane up here as well, like a health one. Like I said, I didn't go full focus on too much of build because I've done a couple of Vex Mythoclast builds. So if you like them, I'll link them. And you can always run this gear set in them builds if you wish. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.